Right now, there are more than 1,900 people living outside on the streets in Knox County. It's a trend Knoxville city leaders say is increasing.
When you drive under the bridge over Broadway or near downtown Knoxville or pass a person on the street, have you ever stopped to think what their life is like?
10 News anchor Sam Perez decided to find out what it was like. She spent an entire day with members of the homeless community in our city.
I connected with a few different local organizations who introduced me to two men. I spent a full day with each of them to see a small glimpse into what it's like living on the streets of Knoxville.
There's so much energy required just to survive.
Keith has been homeless for nearly a decade here, staying wherever he can.
All right, we are coming up upon my humble residence from February 2024 to August 2024.
But Keith says his life hasn't always looked like this.
I was the firstborn grandchild on both sides of the family, both of them wealthy, college educated, part owners of a bank.
When he moved from Illinois to Maryville in high school, Keith said the trouble began. He served in the military, then moved to Louisiana for culinary school. But soon, his struggles with substance use got in the way.
I had no soul. I was in so much pain, so much torrent. Lost my car, my health. It just, clean and sober, and then you got debt and no vehicle. Nobody wants to hire you.
Like Keith, Scott Wilcoxon also knows what it's like to be homeless. After dealing with depression and anxiety and losing one job after another, Scott spent 3 years living under a bridge in Sevierville.
I was ready to die under that bridge if it came to that. There's just no hope anymore, so why bother?
But 13 months ago, Scott moved to Knoxville and says he's found some hope through a shelter where he now lives.
It's made all the difference.
I spent a day with both men to see what their lives look like.
I'm headed out. Samantha and I are going on tour.
As we walked, Keith pointed out places he lived. One location, a storm drain.
This foot here, hand on the rail. I got my backpack and my stuff, set my bag of stuff there, foot there, and shoop, shoop.
What's been the hardest part of all of it?
I don't know, just the fact that it never ends.
And the part that still leaves him emotional.
The pain that I've caused my family most of all.
A society that's based on the idea that you have a home to go to doesn't leave a lot of places for people to go.
Just over a year ago, Scott found Knox Area Rescue Ministries, where counselors helped him get medication for his depression and anxiety. He sleeps at Carm and starts the morning off by leading a devotional.
As Moses had ordered. I realized I was around people who cared.
He spends most of his day with those people at Carm, either in the courtyard or at meals.
It's not as clear-cut as it would seem from the outside. It's more complicated.
For both men, the help they've received through two local organizations is helping propel them to the next step. Scott tells me he's working to find housing in Sevierville closer to family. And for Keith, he's on the list to receive an apartment through a new veteran housing project, Liberty Place. You can hear from those organizations and from city leaders in the extended version of this story on WBIR+. Back to you.
Sam, thank you. And for ways to donate to those organizations who help people who are homeless, visit our website, WBIR.com.